any analysis, it is critical to clean the data. Today, we will discuss very important text formulas which are used in cleaning data. Today, we will use dummy insurance policy data. And as in any insurance policy, policy number is key. So, the policy number should be clean. To clean policy number, you should first know what is the length of the policy number you have. And to get policy number length, you use length formula. Now length formula helps us understand the length of any of the text. Let's try to get the length of cell A2, which is policy number 1, and what we see is the policy number is of 6 character long. Similarly, if I want to take length of let's say the region, I can get it and I get the region length, or the text of the thing which is mentioned under region is 4. Now it is very important to have all the policy numbers with the same length, and hence I'll be applying this length formula to all policy numbers, and what I see is the policy numbers are varying. So my policy number should always have 6 characters, but what I see is sometimes it has 8 characters, sometimes it has 7 characters as well. Now this varying character length means that my policy number has either the spaces appended before or after, and not just spaces, there are certain characters which are also appended which cannot be printed. So let's assume this policy number, which is 100399. If I just type this character and if I try to match this with the original policy number or original policy number, it says false, because though I do not see any character here, but there is a character which is enter mark which cannot be printed is appended to this. And how do I clean that? So to do that, we have clean formula. Now since we have also learned the array formula concept, we will be applying array formula on the entire length, and when I do this, it gives me all the characters in a spill range. Now I got my data or the policy numbers which are clean and where I do not see this padded space or the enter character entered. To eliminate spaces which are appended before and after the text, we use trim formula. Earlier we had ltrim and rtrim as two more variants to trim formula, but with the latest versions it has been removed, so we will use trim, and again the same array formula, and we see all spaces have gone from here. We can also use the length formula to check whether what is the length of my new string which I got, and since it has all the values in it, now it says that almost everything is sets of 6 character, but now there is one problem where the policy number doesn't have space before or after, but it has a space in between. So what you see here, after 1 you have 2 spaces, and that's where while entering the data operator must have created a problem, and he has spent or he has added spaces in between the policy number, which again should be eliminated. To do that, we have substitute formula. Now what does substitute do? It would substitute the spaces with nothing, and that's how I will be, or we will be removing the spaces from this. I use substitute the text, so my text is here. Now old text is I need to remove the spaces, and the new text is without any space. And when I do this, okay, I can apply it for the entire length. Now I see the spaces between are also removed, and when I take the length of this character or length of this particular column, and I see everything is of 6. Now my policy number are clean to use. There is another. Now since policy number column is clean, and we can use this particular column as policy number, but I still see a problem with my data, and that is with the expiry date. What I see is everything else is in the date format, but few places instead of entering hyphen, the data operator has entered a question mark. And how do I remove this? Again, I'll be using, let me add a column here, and I say substitute, and I'll be using substitute formula again. And substitute should be taking the values from here, the text from this one, and the old text is a question mark, and the new text should be on an hyphen. And when I do this, I see everything is getting returned. Now the problem is I'm getting everything, but it's not in the right format. You see, everything is converted to text, and to return it to the date format, I use text formula. Now text formula would take any value, and the format you enter here, it will convert that value into that particular format. So let's say I want my this date to be in DD MMM YY format, and yeah, we have our date format, or the expiry date in the right format. Sometimes in the data we may have to join two text, and that we generally do with a concatenate formula, but there is a new formula which is introduced, which is text join. Now let's use text join formula. Now the first parameter here is the delimiter, and I use comma as the delimiter. The second parameter is ignore empty, and I say okay, true, so ignore empty. The first text is state and the second text is region, and now the text join formula has appended or concatenated state and region with a comma in between. And when I use this, I have all the states and regions joined together in text join column. Now let's use the next formula, which is left formula. What left formula does? It gives you the left values based on the number of characters you have given. So let's use this left, and I want left of this text, and I need 2 characters. So I am separating the state again from this text join, and what I'm taking is 2 characters of the state, and here you see the left formula has splitted first 2 characters of this particular text and given me the state again here. I can now how do I use right? And right basically is going to give me the right text which are falling in right based on the number of characters I specify. And let me use right from this, and I say 4 characters from right, and it is going to give me east. Of course, it may not give, so let's say Midwest. It is not giving me Midwest completely because we have just given 4 characters here, and it is giving me 4 characters based on the number of characters I have given here. How do we get complete Midwest? We will discuss in the next session. We will need to use len formula, combination of len formula and search formula to get exactly what comes after the comma, and we'll discuss this later. Now what does mid formula do? Now we have seen left formula is giving us the left values based on the criteria I have given. Right formula is giving me the right text, but mid formula is going to give me the text which is falling in mid, and I give mid, and mid from this particular text I need, let's say I want the number starting from 2, and from here I need 4 characters. If I do that, so number starting with 2 is basically Y, and 4 characters after this, so comma EA, and YEA is what I'm getting here. I hope you like this. In the next session we will be discussing few advanced text analytics formulas, which includes find and search, and the difference between find and search as well. How do you use find search in combination with left, right, mid, and that becomes very critical, and few other text formula which are again advanced and which are given in the newer versions of Excel. Thank you.